Okay, so it seems like we have a little bit of an update on the whole Aster Arcadia situation, which has been kind of plaguing the VTuber community for a little while now. Now, as you guys know, recently Nijisanji announced the fact that they would be parting ways with Aster Arcadia, saying that they were separating, not even leaving the kind of iconic white kind of white with black text kind of notice on the screen. They didn't even do that this time. They just said they'll be separating in a Twitter post, which got quite a bit of attention. It got over 49,000 likes and also 5 million views, which obviously, yeah, it was under the eyes of a lot of people. There's so many content creators kind of talking about this as well, including Muujin saying, but what about the cooking stream? I've been waiting for so long. Legal Mindset saying terminated him the same day I stopped by the Nijisanji building. Coincidence? You know, Rosie speaking about it, saying separating is a weird word. So again, a lot of people, have been chiming in on this and talking about it. But one, particular group of people have actually been defending Aster Arcadia for a lot of the things that, have been happening. Now, if you don't know, Aster Arcadia, the reason why, things have been so kind of rough lately, especially for Nijisanji, is the fact that Aster Arcadia was exposed by multiple people for a lot of misconduct in the workspace, I guess, and stuff going on within the company, and also him sexually harassing women in the Nijisanji livers and things like that, and it's all been pretty terrible. And this was all covered in a Muujin video a long time ago, and obviously Nijisanji came out and said that they were going to be investigating it and that they were going to provide us some answers on what was actually going on. And then we never got those answers. They never actually made a follow-up post, but they did get rid of Aster Arcadia by saying they would be separating him, which, begs the question, what exactly did they find, and did they find anything, which we still don't know about. But it seems like with all of these allegations and things, people have still been defending Aster Arcadia, and this is brought up in the Kurosanji subreddit here, saying, don't you hate to see how Aster's fangirls keep spamming purple hearts on his chat on the cooking stream? That was never going to happen. They say, the moment you see Aster's fangirls wishing him the best of luck, despite the severity of the allegations made against him, I want this nightmare to end. And yeah, as you can see here, this is a post that they put up. You can see how many hearts and how many kind of thank yous and stuff are in here, including, money being sent to him through, memberships. Despite a lot of the allegations that are out against him and a lot of the kind of stuff that has come out against him, they are still supporting him and still sending him a ton of hearts and things like that. Obviously, people saying, what's the point in hanging around in there anyways? It's like going to a high security prison and expecting the prisoner to be civilized. Let them rot in their little circle of that fantasy that he's coming back and he's innocent, which, yeah, I think is true. There's a lot, it seems like, from looking into this situation, there is still a lot of people in a small kind of group that believe him and that, believe that a lot of this stuff is fake and a lot of this stuff is untrue, which again, maybe it is, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of the evidence is pretty damning. I mean, we even had the Twisty stuff which came out. If you guys don't remember Twisty, who got kind of kicked out of Nijisanji for the clips that got leaked of her playing a League game, but it was mainly due to the fact that she exposed a lot of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes at Nijisanji, and well, even she backed up the point of the misconduct that Aster was doing over at Nijisanji and towards a lot of the livers, which obviously, yeah, is terrible. And it, there's multiple accounts that back each other up, which makes me think that the allegations are true. Obviously, again, we can only speculate because Nijisanji still hasn't released a full kind of look into the investigation that's been going on. They haven't said anything. They said not as bad as the fangirls, saying stuff like he can sexually harass me when the info was first leaked. They're saying fangirls have been saying crap like that as far back as Chris Brown. Sadly, this isn't unexpected behavior within a rabid fan base. Still disturbing, but not unexpected. They said, I've literally read through the comments about the Boston Bombers that made me want to take my eyes out and put salt in my... God damn, that's kind of... extreme. They said, because goddamn, these people need human warmth from interaction. They said, of course the sisters would say that. They said, I want to say kinky, but this is too disturbing to even warrant that. They said, if I really want to be screwed by a Nijisanji guy, Ren can do it that and not be creepy somehow. Okay, I don't know why they talk about that. They said, yeah, let's not forget about Alyra and Finana. The fact that these two still hang out with him during his suspension is much lower than the low, which, yeah, it's definitely interesting. Obviously, we covered that in my last video. It seems like a lot of the kind of members of Nijisanji are still hanging out with Aster Arcadia, or were hanging out with him during a lot of this investigation stuff, including the ones that obviously went after Dokibird, or otherwise known as Selen, in the in the Nijisanji, kind of space. So again, you know, they were hanging out with them too, obviously Elira and Finana. You know, he was saying they played a game of League together with him and Yuta from FSP. Quit making it more dramatic than it actually is over a 30-minute match. I mean, I think a lot of people downplaying this is pretty, you know, again, you know, witch hunting vibes, to be fair, people overshare nothing burgers, or overhype nothing burgers. I don't think it's entirely a nothing burger. I think it's definitely significant because it means that they are in contact. You know, I think there is a difference between, you know, playing a league match like casually and just randomly bumping into someone and actually getting into a game with them and talking with them, because again, there is usually comms, there's usually stuff, and obviously it proves the fact that, you know, they are on good terms. I'm not going to play a league match with someone I dislike. Let's be real, you know, I'm going to play a league match with my friends. Like, that's even if I play a league match in the first place, you know? And I think that's, you know, what I take from the situation is the fact that they are still on amicable terms. And that is, you know, that isn't a nothing burger. That is provable evidence that obviously a lot of these horrible people are still interacting with, you know, Aster Arcadia as well. So people get upset when the rants or claims get pushed back, but they don't remember how many times that something has been debunked or later proven wrong, which made the claims look awful in hindsight. How many people trusted their instincts when they criticized Twisty for her "everyone is evil" clip, or said it was her fault for joining? So how many people were sure that Millie betrayed her Filipino fan base? Tell me how many were sure that Anna criticized Niji critics when she was really venting about creeps accusing HR of sleeping with male members? So yeah, I don't know. People are saying substantiated rumors, there is no proof. So a lot of people in here as well kind of trying to refute it. The public records of league matches, they do some gaming together, also Yuki with them. However, there haven't been much further matches for several months, which, yeah, I mean, obviously, as I said, it just proves that they are interacting with each other still. I think that's the main thing you could take from that. They say they're only saying it until he drops face. Saying, look, if some girls love quite possibly and allegedly consensual sexual abuse, who are we to judge? Again, let's be real. They're trying to come up with like some weird cope to say that Aster is okay because they would let them do that to okay, like I don't even want to talk about that. That's so weird. Saying no, I don't concern myself on what weirdos do on whatever circus they live in. I'll just go out and say it. This is humanity. Even if serial killers, genocidal rulers, or narcissist fake genius billionaires can have fans, then you can find humans who will cheer and profess their undying love and loyalty to someone like Aster, which, yeah, definitely is true. There's a lot of people that have done, you know, way worse things than Aster in life and in general, who will also have fans for absolutely no reason. And it's just one of those things where people, for some reason, gravitate towards them. I don't know why. I don't know what the entire reason for behind that is, but again, it just does happen. You know, I mean, can't be as wild as Cinder Sims creating AI art with her and Charlie making out through some, yeah, actions. Which, yeah, this definitely reminds me of the whole, like, Cinder stuff. I mean, obviously, I've talked about this so many times on my channel about the fact of, you know, all the pyro pups. There's some of them, you know, obviously, well, I mean, the majority of them are nice and they kind of just get along with each other and they just kind of be like, okay, you know, she messed up, let's just like chat with each other. Like, that's pretty much it, and obviously that's pretty chill. But then you have the kind of extreme ones that are going into like people's, you know, comment sections, going into people's DMs, people's emails. You know, they're kind of going after everyone, which is absolutely unhinged. And, you know, obviously this is what kind of reminds me of that. But obviously, you know, this is a little bit less, I guess, extreme, because they're not really going after people specifically. They're just sending hearts over to them. But again, it reminds me of the fact, due to the fact of them, you know, supporting someone who has, you know, clearly done something pretty bad. And yeah, I mean, obviously, it just sucks that, you know, a lot of people are supporting Aster still. And hopefully, you know, these comments slow down as, you know, the channel begins to just slow down in general, because obviously he has just, you know, graduated or has like kind of gone away now. So, you know, it's not really going to be active anymore. But yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date if there's any info on that indie account that we looked at in one of my previous videos, because again, I think that is very interesting to see if, you know, he does make any moves on that. But for now, you know, that is all the information that we have. Aster Fangirls, I keep spamming a lot of his chats at the moment. And yeah, that's essentially what I wanted to share with you guys. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, good game subs. Use my code KAZO, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.